So the first thing that we are going to discuss is comments. I do know this is something that you or anyone else will discuss in a later part, but I'm going to use many comments today, so let's begin with that. Right, so the first thing that we see when we talk about comments, there are two types that we can comment any statement in Python. The first thing we going to use is a hash sign, that is this that I have already written. Right, this is a single line comment. And the second thing, or the second type of comment that we are going to discuss or understand, is multi-line comment. For that we use triple quotes. Right, so here you can see we got our multi-line comment. So these are the two comments that we are going to use. Mostly multi-line comments are used to actually describe what subroutines that we are using, if we are, right, and single line comments are used to provide information about the logics that we have come across. We are going to discuss these two comments later on when we start programming or we are understanding the different aspect of this language. So let's start with the first thing that we are going to discuss, which is variables. Right, so when we say variables, it is just a name that is used to refer a memory location. Right, so it can be like a single letter. Right, this is a variable. It can be a word that we can go ahead with. However, what it does is we actually allocate a memory location to this particular variable to store any data. It can be an integer, it can be a character, it can be any string, it can be list, etc. We are going to discuss all the data types later on in this particular webinar, but for now let's understand the different aspects or features that Python provides us when we talk about variables. Right, so variable is also known as identifier. Right, and it is used to hold a value. Correct, so in Python we don't need to specify the type of variable, because Python is a smart enough language that actually automatically detects which variable type we are providing. Right, so here if you'll say see the second statement that we have, which is a equals to 1. Here we are not providing any information that which type of data we are storing in our variable. Right, so in a simple way what we can say is we do not have to declare a variable. Right, if you have worked around with C++, you do know that we have to initially declare a variable and then we have to define it or provide the value to it, but in Python we don't have to do that. Right, so moving forward, let's see what are the rules. Right, so we will see rules to name a variable. There are like 4 rules. Right, so first thing, it can start with an underscore. The first rule that we came across is with underscore. Right, so a variable can use all the lowercase letters or alphabets, right, uppercase alphabets, and also digits from 0 to 1. So we can use A to Z, capital A to capital Z, and 0 to 9. Third point is that it should not contain any special character or white spaces. So here what I'm saying is if we declare or we try to name the variable like an exclamation mark, it won't go, it will provide an error, right? So we cannot use any special characters or white spaces. And the fourth thing is, we cannot use any keywords that has been defined by Python to create a variable, right? So these are some of the rules that we have to follow while we are defining or giving name to a variable, right? So these are the basics that you have to understand while making or declaring, sorry, not declaring, but providing a name to a variable. These are the most important rules that we can do, right? Moving forward, we can assign a single value to multiple variables. What that means is, we can do this. So here what we are doing is, we are providing the value 5 to all the three variables, which is A, B and C, correct? Similarly, what we can do, second thing is, we can assign multiple value to multiple variable in a single line, which means so now this statement provides us that the value 6 is being assigned to variable Z, value 7 is assigned to variable X, and the value 8 is assigned to variable Y. So these are the basics that we have to understand when we are talking about variables, right? So let's go ahead and check the syntax, right? As we have understood the basics of variable, what exactly they are, how we can define them, what are the rules that we have to follow while we are naming a variable, right? So moving forward, the second thing that we are going to understand is the basic syntax. Correct. So the first thing that we understand when we start with any language is to print hello world. Correct. This that is the first thing that we come across, right? So what we will do is, let's see how we can print hello world in Python. It's absolutely simple, right? We don't have to use any special characters like commas or semicolons or any other different special characters that we do use in different languages like C, C++, or Java, or any other language, right? So here what we'll do is print So when we run this program, right, what we will get, if you will see here, we'll get our hello world, right? Here you can see this is the output that has been provided to us. So when we talk about syntax, it's absolutely simple. You can say how we communicate in English, how we communicate in English, we can same do with Python as well. Just give me a minute. So as we were talking about the syntax, this is the first thing that we come across when we start understanding or learning the any new language, right? The second thing is, in Python we don't actually deal with brackets. We don't. On the contrary, what we do is we use indentation, right? So when we say indentation, right, it refers to the space at the beginning of the code line, right? So let's check an example for it. Correct. So let's start with an if block, right? If 5 is greater than 2. So here when I press enter, you will see the cursor has automatically placed here, which is one tab. Correct. I'll show you. It is one tab, and after that we can do is five is greater. Correct. So when we run this, we will see that it's 5 is greater. Here what I'm trying to explain you is that to define a code block, right, we don't need any kind of bracket, but we just need an indentation. That's it. So if by chance you forgot to put this indentation, let's check what error we will get, right? So this is the error that we will get. We will get expected an indented block, right? So this tells us that we need a indentation to create a if block, right? So here we'll provide an indentation and move on. So this is the basic syntax that you have to keep in mind while working around with Python, right? So these are the two basic things that you have to understand. First is the variable, how we assign them, how we make them, and the naming conventions. And the second thing is the syntax, and in syntax the most important thing is indentation. So moving forward, we will go ahead with the basic data types, the Python provides us. Right. So if you'll see, there are like 8 basic or built-in data types that Python provides us. We will check them quickly. First is text or string, which is also represented by str. Second is numeric. So in numeric we come across 3 data types, which is int, float, and complex. Third is sequential or sequence type. Right, in sequence we will discuss or understand about lists or list, tuple, and dictionary. Dictionary is also known as mapping type. We will see why it is known or also called as mapping type later, right, when we discuss dictionary in detail, right? Fourth is set. So in set type there are two basic data types, which is set and frozen set. Fifth is boolean. And the sixth is binary type. In binary type we will come across with bytes, byte array, and memory use. So these are the basic data types that Python provides us, and we work around with all these data types to make our life easier as a developer, right, while developing a program in Python. So let's see how we actually set these data types with variable, right? So for string, what we have to do is we have to put the data or the letters inside quotations, right? So here we can use both. We can use single quotes as well as double quotes, right? So next thing is integer, right? So we just have to assign a number to it. When we talk about float, so float basically means the decimal assignment. It can be a decimal that we are, or decimal number that we are assigning to a variable. Second thing, the next thing is complex number. So to assign a complex number, what we have to do is, after an integer we have to provide j, which shows that this particular variable is assigned to a complex number, right? Moving forward, when we assign a list, to assign a list we have to make sure that whatever value we are providing here, they are actually inside square brackets, right? So here we can provide an integer, we can provide a string, and so on, right? We can provide all the data types inside a list, right? Moving forward, the next type is tuple, right? So to signify that it's a tuple, what we have to do is we have to use brackets, right? And inside brackets we will provide the data or values that we have to use. Similarly, when we are talking about dictionary, right? Dictionary is actually a special type of data, right, which actually comes with a pair, and pair is key and the value. So I'll show you how it's done. We will use curly bracket here. The first thing that we are going to define will be a key, and with a key there will be a value. I do hope that you guys are understanding how we are going to define these particular variables, right? Moving forward, when we say or talk about set, right? Set is kind of similar to dictionary, but here we don't need a pair of key and value. What we have to do is we just have to assign the values. Value to, and so on, right? So moving forward, when we talk about the next thing, that is set, right? So in set, what we will see is that the frozen set, we have to use a function, you can say a function, right, which is frozen set, and under this inside this as an argument, what we have to do is we have to provide our value that we have to go forward with. The next thing is boolean, right? So boolean, there are only two values that we provide. Either it can be true or it can be false. Correct? And the remaining, the binary part, we will discuss further, right? So these are the basics of, not the basics, but the basic data type that Python provides us, right? And we work around with all these data types when we are working or coding in Python. So the next thing that we are going to discuss is about operators, right? I hope that you have understood the data types, how do we actually provide the values to a variable, and the syntax that we follow while providing those values according to the data types.